Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Same rings true for every NFL season. We never know what teams are going to surprise us, what teams are going to disappoint us. But at the end of the day, we got to let it all play out. Gosh, yeah, that was a rough intro, but we're going to go with it. My name's Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. On a daily basis, we're talking New England Patriots football right here on this channel. So do me a favor before we even get started, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on daily Patriots content. Hit that like button and comment below. At some point, I'll probably ask you some crazy question. Who knows? But appreciate your dialogue. Let's jump in. There was an article written today that talks about each team in potential regression when it comes to specific players on those teams. Now, obviously, this is kind of just breaking down each team, looking at different things that have happened and possibilities. So I want to jump into the AFC East, the beast, and I want to talk about potential good outlooks when it comes to the Patriots playing these teams. Now, in my opinion, I think there are some great potentials as well. I think there's some stuff that the guy whoever wrote this article was trying to kind of figure out, hey, I guess this makes sense. Let's put this in. So we're going to jump right in. Boom. Here's the article. Pro Football Network. Awesome article. We're actually going to skip by the Bills. I want to do them last because I think that's the most interesting. Miami Dolphins, Raheem Mostert, older running back. But here's the thing with this, and I'm gonna do this one quick because I don't think this is a big deal. They have Achane, a younger guy, a lot of potential, speedy back. I think Miami's offense is still going to be clicking. I don't think this is going to be a huge issue for them, so we're going to skip past that one. We'll jump down to New England, our team. We've talked about David Andrews before, the center, veteran center, two-time Super Bowl winner. Steady going, not a Pro Bowler. He is getting older. I'm not going to disagree with that. I had someone comment the other day when I did the video called X Factors on Cole Strange. Is it possible that he could move to center? Yeah, that's a possibility. If one of these young linemen that were just drafted in, I believe it was Wallace and Robinson, if one of them could step in and play guard as Strange was hurt during, obviously, the beginning of the season, and they play well, it could be a possibility going into the future that, hey, we need to make this line younger. And Strange, I think he still has a lot of potential. There are people out there that would disagree with me. I think he still has potential. He's a young guy. Sure, he got hurt, but let's see it play out. We got nothing to lose. So I think when it comes to David Adams, that could be a solution. Again, it could be something where next year in the draft, if New England gets an early draft pick in the top 5, top 10, I think they most likely will go offensive tackle. But maybe later on in the draft, they could find a center. There have been some great centers who have picked up later on in the draft. So that's just an interesting player to pick. So it makes sense. The line, a lot of question marks there. So we'll see how that goes. We move on down to the New York Jets. Tyler Conklin, tight end. Now, there's a ton of question marks when it comes to the Jets. What are the Jets going to look like this year with Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers going to be able to play more than a snap? And hopefully, I don't wish ill will on any player, but he is older. Is he going to get hurt again? What's that going to look like for the Jets? I do think that if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, he is going to want to prove every single person wrong. So I do think that's kind of the scary concept when it comes to the New York Jets is he doesn't have much time left. He wants to prove all the haters wrong. So he's going to come out and he's going to try to ball outrageous. But is he going to be able to stay healthy? That's the big question. If he does, I think they have a lot of weapons in Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Conklin. I don't think this is a big deal. I don't think this means with him a regression in his play or maybe his targets. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, especially when you have Mike Williams as well. I think they have a ton of potential. Their defense, solid, could be a dangerous team, sneaky team to win the division. I think I've read a lot of people saying that. Again, Aaron Rodgers has to stay healthy. But I think what's interesting too is, are they going to mesh well? How's it going to look? All these different things, that question marks that come up for the New York Jets. I feel like they're a boom or bust team. They could really surprise a lot of people, or they could crash and burn. What do you guys think when it comes to the Jets? That's my first question today. What do you think is going to happen with the Jets? Are they gonna soar, or are they gonna choke like usual and not surprise anyone? What's your thoughts? Comment below. Would love to hear it. So we've done Jets, we've done Miami, we've done the Patriots, and we're gonna go all the way to the last one, is to the Buffalo Bills. Now, I saved this one for last because I thought it was the most interesting, and it made a lot of sense. So they chose Josh Allen. Josh Allen, elite quarterback. Regardless of what you think, you might have your own opinions. Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't think that's an argument. The Bills have had their time to shine, have had moments where they've gone deep into the playoffs, but they have always come up short. The big issue with the Bills moving forward are their wide receivers. Now, they lost Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Those literally were their top two. If we jump over here, those were their top two. Move the mouse for you. Those were their top two receivers when it came to targets, not necessarily receptions. Now, they still have Kincaid, Shakir, and then they get a young player in Keon Coleman. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you're literally taking away the top two players. And I'm sorry, Kincaid actually had more targets, had more receptions, just fewer receiving yards. But we look at Gabe Davis, still a big contributor on offense, 7 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 8 touchdowns. So that's going to be rough for Josh Allen, especially bringing in Kincaid. I do think is a great tight end for the Bills, but he's still young. He's inexperienced. A lot of people are hoping, I'm sure, in Buffalo that he can have a Sam Laporta type season this year where he can go out and they can just make a great connection and he can become a Pro Bowler, all these different things. But I think their biggest thing they're hoping for, if we're going to jump over to their depth chart, is you look at Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman has, if you follow Twitter at all, had a lot of funny videos post-draft. And I personally, Keon Coleman, I've always liked because he was at Michigan State. He played for Tom Izzo. He played basketball, also played football. And gosh, he was a great football player. And it killed me to lose him in the transfer portal to Florida State. But that's what happens when your football team plays like trash and doesn't get the best receiver the ball as much as he should have. Honestly, I was screaming at the TV multiple times saying 50-50 ball, corner of the end zone, Keon Coleman, let him climb the ladder, let him get it, because he has that type of ability. Again, he was a 2-sport athlete at Michigan State. That's very impressive. Though the football team was hot garbage, basketball team's always pretty consistent. So Keon Coleman, he has a potential to shine and make a great connection with Josh Allen. Curtis Samuel, he's a veteran wide receiver coming from Washington. Also, brings experience. That's all right. Shakir has a ability, a lot of people have said, to break out this year. And then we go to Kincaid at tight end, who, again, a young star that has a lot to offer. So Josh Allen, yes, it's kind of like one of those things with the Jets. He has that opportunity to really take off again and have a great season, but I don't know. I think he has a potential to take a step back, especially with younger receivers, not of an experienced enough team. I'm not a huge fan of James Cook. He's a serviceable running back. I don't know how much. I don't know. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but I don't know. I think offensively, as a whole, the Bills might take a step back, and I think it could surprise people if New England came in and possibly took a game from them, or even potentially swept them this season. Now, that's all speculation. I know a lot of people might be. I don't want to get anyone too excited. Again, I'm just on YouTube. I like to talk football. I like to talk New England Patriots football. So I thought it was interesting. What's your thought on the Bills? Do you think they're going to take a step back? Actually, here's my question. Below each team, what do you think their prediction is? Where do you think they're going to finish? If you want to throw in their record as well, I would love to see that, because I always enjoy seeing that and kind of everyone's thought process and when it comes to that, because there's some things I say on here where people are like, yeah, that's awesome. That's great, Aaron. And there's other things I say on here that people just dog on me for. Listen, I'm just a guy, love talking sports. That's why I'm here. So I'm just a PE teacher. All right. Don't destroy me. If you do, I really don't care. But what do you think was going to happen with each team? Put the records below. Is there going to be a team in the AFC East that surprises us? Is there going to be a team that just absolutely bombs? Possibly like the Bills, maybe like the Jets, who knows? Dolphins, are they going to finally take that step? What's going to happen to the Patriots? We've kind of talked about that. Obviously, a Patriots channel. But what do you guys think? In full circle, the reason I bring this up once again is you look at it and you just never know what's going to happen. It's possible that these teams, it could be one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. If the Bills play to their potential that they usually have been, if Miami takes that step and doesn't choke, and then if the Jets actually play well with Aaron Rodgers and that defense, it could be an incredibly tough season for the Patriots. I think that is what I'm leaning towards. But again, you look at these different situations and you just never know, especially with the Bills, these young players. Tell me what you think. Comment below. I truly appreciate it. As always, hit that subscribe button. Pound that subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. Hit that like button. Comment below. Love to hear from you. You guys rock. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.